Hey folks, Shadow Saber here. So just a quick disclaimer to start things off. I'm not the end all be all. I don't have all the knowledge on any subject that I go over. I can be wrong. So if I am wrong, just say in the comments, and I'll just add it into the description just to say like this bit's wrong or whatever. But this is my experience and what I have success with. So without further ado, we'll get into the video. If you find it helpful, please do subscribe so more people can find my channel. Right, so today's video we're going to be going over how to basically set up farming as a new player. There's a lot more in depth I could go, but I'm just going to try and go over the basics. So first things first, renting a fence, it costs 10 CP or contribution points. I've got 141 and this is on my new account for basically doing videos. I have one character and I've got 141 CP, level 51. I have only done the main story for Mountain of Eternal Winter. That's where I started, and that's more than enough CP to get all the farms that you need. So there's a few ways of getting farms, but basically you want to get strong fences because they let you plant 10 plants at this point. So if you chat, you can rent a fence. You have to press confirm, you can't press enter or space, and you can rent 10 fences. Now what I would recommend is only renting 8 of them. I just paused there because I wasn't sure if my thing was going down, because you're only allowed 10 maximum, and there is a quest line here. Say I pressed R there, it didn't go down. So there's a quest line in your suggested tab. Scroll all the way down to life, Pinto family, fence support. Now you need to be level 20 to start it, but it gives you, it's around here somewhere, Master of Farming, one Finto Strong's fence here, another one here. Now you can make these into Old Moon fences, which basically require Master 1 to be able to get, and that's the same for the normal ones that cost CP. So for the strong fences, you can get them at any material vendor at any of the major cities. So you just click on this material thing here or in here, depending if you have this little menu, and it'll take you to them. And then for the Old Moon fences, you can't really get it to come up there. I'm pretty sure you can search. Went through the wrong door, apologies. But basically in Velia, it's right here for Old Moon Clow. There you go, rent fence, but I can't actually rent it. I can rent it, sorry. I did not know you could actually rent it. I'll see if I can place it. I'm pretty sure you can't. Now, most people, when they're going to place their fences, so you've got to go place them, will go up on the cliff here. As you can see, this is a new account. There's literally everything's fogged out other than down here, so more proof. But yeah, so most people plant up on the top edge here. So one reason to go plant up at the top here is because then you're next to the person to hand in your resources that you get from it, the leaves. I want to say they're called bush leaves or blush leaves. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go up here, we'll install a fence, and then I'll go over a bit more information about how this works. Apologies that it does take a little while, but it is a bit, so yeah, there we go. Condition hasn't been met, so I can't plant that one, but what I'll do is I'll start over here so I can kind of do it a bit better. Should be able to get them going along that way. Right, so you've got one here, you can go into it, but you can't do anything at the moment. Thing in it would have a thing here. So yes, if I exit, basically the reason there's nothing there is because I don't have seeds. Now for seeds, there's multiple options. So if you're here, that you can get seeds which are kind of very beginner. They're just cheap to get you started off. Now I would not advise getting them from here. What I would advise is either here in Calphion. Right, so here we are at the seed vendor in Calphion City. As you can see, if I check my map, she's located right here in this nest of trees. And then if you go talk to her, go into a shop, you can see a breakdown here of everything that she sells. So this is basically everything she sells here. But as you can see, she's got sunflowers, olives, grapes, carrots, hot pepper, pumpkin, strawberry, onion, pepper, and garlic. These are the ones that you want to get because these are full, so it skips that withered step. Obviously, if you can buy them on the market at a higher grade central market, it'll make your money back in no time. So that's the seed vendor, or you can go to the central market, and if you basically just search seed, for example, you can get seeds here. Now there's normal quality and then high quality and special. I would advise always going for special. You get more back from it, and it helps you get up to getting the magical ones. Now, if you see halfway through the text, there's a yellow 2 grids, so that means it takes up 2 out of the 10 spaces that you can plant. That one's 1 grid, so basically it varies. Now, it is more expensive to buy off the market, but you can get the specials, which saves you time. Now, if you're just wanting to do this for a bit of money and save time, you definitely want to go with the ones that take up 2. I would advise going with, I don't know if it's going to be here, it definitely won't be in stock, is the hot pepper. Yields to 2 grid size, sorry. So what I'll do is I'll change over myself at some point, but I'll go with what's in stock. I'll go with some olives. Now, I don't have any money in the central market, so I can't actually buy any. So that's just because I'm not on the main. So what I'll do is I will buy some withered grape seeds, because they take up 2 slots. Now these are like below the lowest version, so you'll get normal grape seeds after this, and then it'll go up. Now, I already planted some dwarf seeds over there, which aren't great, but because they turn out to be basically for a item for your mana. So what I would also advise is, rather than doing what I just did, it's force of habit, put them all along one side, because then when you come to tend to them, you can just click on them all in one way. You don't run into the place and then have to click all around you. Like, it's a pain to try and click when they're set up like this, but if you're here, you can just, I haven't got it set up on here, hang on. So this is something that's good to show you as well. If you go into general settings, interface settings even, mouse interface, use mouse to move, apply, confirm. This will help speed up, so you can left click to move, but if you right click, it brings up each one. Just make sure it's got that little light over the one that you want to click on, and it will just speed up your farming. It can be used for gathering as well, but what I'll do is I'll just plant the last of these and then show you how it can be used, hopefully, if any of these have parasites or anything like that. Typically it doesn't take too long to get parasites if you're trying to reset, level up your farming. So the goal ideally for leveling up your farming is getting to master 1, because then you can have smaller fences, which means you're not having to run all the way across like I am. We'll just wait to see if we can get a infected. So these are already 3%. Withered ones grow really fast. It's like an hour. But the like rewards you get from them are really bad compared to actual crops. Right, so there's this button in the top corner. As you can see, it's flashing green now. If I click on this, it says that they're all at 200%. This is the lowest one that's planted there, like the lowest percentage. Now 100% is when you can harvest, but it can go up to 200%. So what I was trying to show was basically they can get pests and they can get weeds. It didn't seem to happen that much this time for me. I was quite lucky, I guess. Lucky in the sense that I was trying to show it off to give you an example. So if you click on this bottom one, it's Prune, or you can see it says F6 there. Then you can right click to go on to the next one whilst you wait. Press R to complete. Now I will bring up the life scaling tab just to show you exactly like how good it is to do like kill pests compared to gathering from them. So I'm at 38%, beginner 3. And then once this goes through, beginner 7, 35%. Now you can either harvest, and if you harvest, you'll get like the plants from it, but then you'll need to buy more seeds. So what you can do is you can do plant breeding. Once that goes through, you'll see that it barely got any XP from breeding, but I got 2 seeds. So I got grape seed, which is an upgrade from withered, and a withered. So that's basically how you go up grades. So you just keep going. So you'll get normal, then you can get green or blue. But if you buy them off the market, you can just skip up to the special. Try not to accidentally click on a enemy. So I'll just go through a few of these, just so I can show you that you get more. So technically, if you just wanted to get a few seeds that are worth something, you'd plant something like special strawberries. Now that they're not the highest value, but they always sell because people use them for upgrading their alchemy stones. So now you can see in here, I'm going to try and plant the grape seeds just so it can upgrade rather than the withered ones. And I mean, obviously, what you can do as well, and always check the top corner just to make sure there's more space. There we go, one more grape seed. So yeah, what you can do is you can sell these seeds either on the central market for a little bit more, or just sell them to a vendor, and that's a way to make money. So I'll just quickly go through the few of these that I can prune and just see how quickly I can get my level up. So that one didn't jump up as much. It depends on what you get out of it. So if you just get one thing, it's just like jumping up your level a little bit. So we'll see if I can just push this past. There we go. It's a beginner 8. If you get the trade goods, it's worth more. I think that was it for... I know, there's a couple more. And then beginner 8. Yeah, so it depends on what you get. But there's certain places where you can actually place your farms where you're more likely to get them infected because they grow slower and stuff, and like it's not the correct environment for them. So there's also this website, if it will let me, there we go, that gives you a breakdown of the different fruits of sun that you get from doing the breeding on these plants. So this is blackdesertfoundry.com/farming. It gives you a massive breakdown of everything to do with farming. If I go back up to the introduction, it tells you last updated the 8th of May 2023. So this is quite like up to date. So it's definitely something you want to look into if you're serious about getting into farming, over like just doing it as an AFK activity to earn a little bit of extra money. Right, so this is my main farming character. Its farming is at Master 7. So these are the small strong fences, the old moon fence, sorry. So they have the same space as the strong fence, but they're much smaller. It's much neater. And I'm using the magical plants, which means they take up 5 times the amount of space as a normal plant. So if you're using one that uses a 2 grid, you'd only have 1 plant in here. 1 grid, you have 2 plants in here. So as you can see, you get these blush leaves, which are the byproducts from farming. And here's the magical seeds. So as you can see, it says 5 grids, and at the bottom it says you need to be master 1 in farming to be able to get these. These are your goal, because look at the price. They can't be sold on the central market, but they can be sold for 334,000. It does vary on the one that you have, but it's much quicker for just doing that AFK profit. Now the reason that I'm using fire flakes is because the what I decided to grow to get the fruit of enchantment, sorry, and that's for getting my mythical horse As you can see, that was my second mythical horse that I showed off just a moment ago at Air. So I'll just go through these, see if I can get a few things. So the mysterious seeds. Now, if you're using special seeds, you can just shake it with that, no problem. I've got 5, which is perfect. So what you do once you've got 5 and a magical seed rather than a... So, yeah, so, sorry, hang on. I'll go over this. So there's 2 methods of doing this. So you can either use a special seed or hypha, which hyphas are basically just seeds for like mushrooms. And one mysterious seed, and it'll make 1 mysterious, sorry, seed of the type that you're wanting to make. But if you use 5 mysterious seeds and a magical seed, you get 5. So you're only putting 1 seed in, but the seeds are worth more. So if I just quickly shake this, then this will produce 5 mysterious seeds. Now, the bonus of these mysterious seeds is when you do the plant breeding, as you can see, it's on mouse function 2 for me, so I'm just clicking the mouse function 2 to make it faster. When you do the plant breeding, you won't get any seeds back off them, but what you get is 40 fruits of enchantment on average with these ones. So it's a case of, if you're going after the seeds, they're very much worth doing. The fruits. And I'll quickly just show why it's worth to grow the fruits if you're going for profit. So if I go into the market and just put fruit of, pretty much none of them are in stock. So the enchantment is which one I'm doing. So many pre-orders, 638,000 pre-orders. Like, that means you're going to be making money very quickly with these, especially if you get 40 out of a mysterious. Now, on average, doing my farm 2 to 3 times a day, because I don't get on that much, I probably get mysterious seeds every 2 days, like the actual plants to plant, because I have to get 5 with the way that I'm doing it. So here we go. You can get a mole as a reward. If I just kill them all, and then I will pick up its loot. So what you see here is you get blush leaves, and then you get blackstones and a spirit pouch for ferocious beast. What I would advise is save these until its market price is back up to 2.5 million. It always goes back up. It just depends on events and how often you get them. Now I'll just quickly run over to the vendor for handing in the blush leaves. I believe they changed it, so I'll just double check. Yeah, so you can just go to Liana rather than to Camello at Logia Farm. That's where I usually go. So if you just want to be somewhere else rather than at Logia, you just run over to this NPC over here. She's in every major city. It just takes a moment to get over to. So Liana right here. And then if we exchange, we can see I can hand in, I'll just hand these in quickly, get rid of that. Now you can get a few different things. So first option is byproduct fertilizer. In my opinion, it's not worth it considering the other options. So you can get special pepper seeds. It's good if you want to just get some extra seeds, but again, not really worth it. That's more if you're doing your own cooking. Stonetail fodder. Now that's basically another one of those items where it's worth 2.5 million per one, so that's a nice bit of extra profit. But this is where I invest mine. So you've got your contribution XP and your farming XP. Now that's definitely a very good one to do whilst you're trying to push up your farming level. As you can see, obviously my farming didn't go up, and I didn't get a CP, but that's because I'm up at 430 on my main account. So I'm after that soft cap, so it takes forever. Now, once you hit your farming master 1, the XP is not as important, so you can definitely just go after the Stonetail fodder to get the extra 2.5 million. So just a couple of quick extra things as well. So this is what it looks like if you breed from one of the plants that's mysterious. You get 36 fruits, for example. If you were to harvest, it's a bit of a waste, but I'll show you. You basically get a ton of separate lots of the base resource. Now I don't have any plants to plant back in here right now, but I just need to grab a couple of magicals and I'll be good. So if I just grab these magicals, that is the downside of the Mysterious. You do need to make sure you have basically some luck with the plants. Usually you're typically okay. It's just the order that I did it in. So another mole. Just kill that quickly and get its rewards. And then I can place these in, no problem. I already did that one. So just need one more for this one. But the other thing I wanted to show you is about workers. So you can send workers to do them. I just took them off here just to show you, basically. I'll just throw them all back on, but you just go through your list and send your workers over here. What that will do is it will make it so that your plants do not get the infestations of pests or weeds. Now, this is something you only want to really do once you've got to your Mysterious, because every time they do get it, basically the worker removes it, and it costs 1 energy per time they get infected, of infested. I keep saying infected, but it's fine. So basically it's just a case of you get those to do it when you've only got 1 item or 2 items in here from the Mysterious or Magical. Otherwise it just eats through their energy and it's not really worth having them there. And before you get down to just having 1 or 2 plants in your farms, you wanting to get, like, do the weeding and pest killing yourself to try and get your XP up quicker anyway. So that's pretty much everything that I need to go over about farming. As a beginner anyway, if you want to have a more full in-depth guide, either go to the website that I said before, the Black Desert Foundry, or just leave a comment saying you want a more in-depth guide, and I'm more than happy to make another one. So that's all, folks. Thank you for watching, and if you found it helpful, please subscribe.